guys, what is up? I hope everybody is having a good Monday so far. It is Monday Motivation. So welcome in. If you do not know who I am Pamela, aka Scooterrenee. I'm your host for Monday Motivation, as I am for all Monday Motivation. So welcome in. Make sure you do all the YouTube things. You subscribe to my channel. Ring the bell for all notifications so you know when I go live or upload new content, and a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate that as well. Again, if you are new to my channel, welcome in. I hope you'll continue to come back because we discuss everything motivating and positive, and we even take the negative and turn it around. So I hope that you will continue to come back. All my OGs, you know who you are. Thank you for being here as always. I cannot do this without you. And then also the playback crew, thank you, because it just goes to show you can watch me at any point for any motivation that you need. But it's so much fun when we're live because you're in the moment, you're in the chat, you're conversating with other people while we're talking about whatever topic for the night. But welcome, playback crew, as always. So let's see who all is in chat. People will start coming in as they get the notification and everything. And there's also tons of stuff going on, as always, on YouTube. So people like to bounce around, and that's certainly okay. So hopefully my camera is okay. I'm still messing with the whole setup thing. I should have never touched it to begin with, but, you know, curiosity got the best of me. So that's what happened. So let's see. First one in, Unimagic. Stephanie, welcome in. Good to see you as always. We have Selena, my feather sister, in the house. Welcome, welcome. And Nancy Smith, hello. Welcome in, Nancy. Good to see you. I hope your job is going well and everything. You've been there for what, a week or two now, right? Joanne, hello, Miss Joanne. Welcome in. Good to see you. Hello, Demetrius. Thank you for coming in. And Lisa D. Hello, Lisa D. Welcome in. Good to see you. All right. So tonight, guys, episode, I'll be doing this every week, but tonight's episode is number 90. We have officially begun the countdown to the 100th episode. And I looked at that frame that Cool Ranch made me when we did our big celebration way back when I first started doing Monday Motivation. And it was just for 20. So we're, going to be, I guess we're now 70 episodes, from the 20. We've done 70 more episodes since then. And so by the time we get to 100, obviously it'll be 80 more episodes. But we are on number 90. We have begun the countdown. So we've got 10 more episodes to 100 episode. And so we will definitely do some celebrating. I haven't quite decided how I want that to look yet. I haven't decided if I want people to come on, if I want to do gifts, if I want to do prizes, if I want to do anything. I haven't decided what that looks like yet. So I'll be keeping y'all kind of in the loop as I think about it as we get closer and so forth. But tonight we are beginning the new book. If you didn't catch the short earlier, I figured the only one that probably would catch what was going on in that short would be maybe Selena. And then, of course, my husband, if he watched it. But if you're not into wrestling, you're not going to get it. So, but corny, but it was fun to me. So, anyways, but we are beginning that new book. You Are a Badass at Making Money. This right here, this is the new book. This is the second book that we're covering by the same author, Jen Sincero. And the link to the book is down below in the description as well. So if you're interested, if you want to get the book before next week's topic, so you can follow along. I think I am going to go ahead and do all the chapters that are in this book because it is such a short book. And I think there's a lot in here that we all could learn from. So very good, Steph. I like it. Perseverance equals success, right? Yes. Love it. So the link is down below if you decide you would like to get the book so you can follow along with me or read the chapter before we talk about it. Then you can share more in the chat, whatever you want to do, but no purchase necessary either. So tonight's topic is on allowance. How many of you think So this is chat participation time. Hey, sister, welcome in. Good to see you. Right? Aren't they pretty? I can't tell you who my dealer is, but yeah, aren't they gorgeous? Yes, cool. I've been dying to wear these. So I wore them with this shirt today. I was like, oh, it's pink. It'll go. And then I wore my pearls, pink pearls and everything. So yes, I love these earrings. They are my new fave. Yes. So tonight's topic, chat participation time. Tonight's topic is on allowance. So how many of you think that this topic is on giving yourself an allowance? How many? I want to see how many of y'all, when you hear that word, do you think that this is a financial allowance for you to spend? I want you to put 1 in chat if you think that's what we're talking about tonight, because we're starting this new book. It's all about money and everything, and it's on making money, mastering the mindset of wealth. Or I want you to put a 2 in chat if you think that this is what the topic, if you don't think this is what the topic is going to be about. So 1 if you think that this is all about allowance, giving yourself money and all that kind of stuff, or a 2 in chat if you think that this isn't what the topic's going to be about. So we got Selena coming in 1. Hey, Victoria, welcome in. Good to see you. So good to see you. Let me catch you up here. Chat's moving fast on me now. Welcome in. Welcome. Christy, welcome in. Salem's Closet, welcome in. Good job, guys. Good job on your auction. So Selena's 1, Nancy's 1, Victoria's 1, Joanna's 1. Stephanie's like, I'm going to venture out to 2. Cool Wrench says the same thing, 2. Lisa D, 2. Christy says 2. All right. So, we got half and half, it looks like. Is what we got, which is fine. So, before I give you the answer of what this topic is about, all right, positive spot thought. One of the biggest obstacles to making lots of money is not a lack of good ideas or opportunities or time, or that we're too stupid, can't figure it out, whatever. It's that we refuse to give ourselves permission to become rich. We refuse to give ourselves permission to become rich. Hey, Tammy, Dream Chaser, welcome in. I was telling Christy, good job on y'all's auction tonight. Awesome. This is going to be a great book. Victoria says, I can't imagine what it would be about if it wasn't about me putting myself on a budget. So, here's the answer. If you put a 2 in chat, give yourself a pat on the back. Give yourself an applause. You got the answer right. This book is about us allowing ourselves to make the money that we want to make. That's what this whole book is going to be about. So we all feel different about money. I hate, even though I'm in the financial industry and everything, have been for 30 years, I hate talking about money because I feel that it is usually not good news. I feel like it's one of those, honey, we need to talk. Kind of talk, we need to talk. Yet I love money in my own private way. I love making it. I love spending it. So I have a love-hate relationship with money for myself. But why? Why do I have this? Why is that such an issue for me? It might be totally different for you. You might be able to talk about money. You might be able to talk about finances and everything, and it not ever faze you one bit. But when my boss's credit card bill is due, I feel horrible going in there and telling him I need X amount, thousands of dollars to pay the bill off. Why? I didn't put that money on there unless it was meant for business use. But I didn't, go on a trip or whatever like he did and used it for that. I didn't do that. But yet it bothers me. And I don't know why. I kind of know why, but there's a roundabout way to it. But when I grew up, we didn't have much starting out whatsoever. My parents were divorced when I was 5. And for 5 years, I watched my mom be a single mom. raising just my brother and I. My brother was 8 years older than me, so I was 5, he was 13, I was super young. But we didn't have much. We didn't have much with the three of us. But now looking back, I watched my mom's determination to make money where she could. My brother had shared at my mom's memorial service, he has shared a story about something that she had done that I wasn't aware of. So in DeWitt, Arkansas, which is where I grew up, is about 2 hours from here where I live. But DeWitt's where I grew up at, the population back then was just 3,292 people. And that was in the late 70s, early 80s. So, there was plenty down there. There was plenty of farming jobs, plenty of factory type jobs, retail, around what we call the square. When you go uptown, you go to the square, that's the big thing, So there was those kind of jobs, grocery store jobs, but nothing much of anything else. And the population now in today's time, it's less than 3,000 people. I can imagine. When I go back, time slows down. I do enjoy that aspect, but I don't think I could survive there now, not having things 24 hours available to me. It's just a different type of living. But I appreciate it. But anyways, it's a very small town. There's not a lot to do in a small town like that. But the circus was coming. And I was probably 5 or 6, mom's freshly divorced and everything. The circus was coming to DeWitt, which was a big thing for DeWitt people. And my mom really wanted to be able to take me and my brother as well. My mom worked at the shoe factory, did most of my life until we moved here to Little Rock. I say most of my life. She worked there until I was at least 10. But anyways, but she worked at the shoe factory. She's the one that put all the shoes together, did the gluing, all that kind of stuff. And she put in extra hours and anything else that she could do to make sure that we went to things like a circus. Like I remember riding the elephant and my picture being in a newspaper, the local newspaper, riding the elephant, But that was so important to her. And she put me in softball. She had me in dance. I think my brother did band because he was in junior high school when all that was going on. And so it was important to her. And so she hustled. And now I knew my mom took care of us, but as I was doing this chapter here, I was like, wow, that's where I got my first dose of determination. That's where I learned about determination. That's where I learned about hustling. That's where I learned that anything I want to happen, I can make happen. I just had to work for it. So thank you, Mom. Appreciate you. So even though my mom didn't make a lot of money, she allowed herself to be able to afford to put myself and my brother in things that we wanted to do and not hold us back. She did whatever she could do to allow us the luxury, which wasn't a big luxury to some people, but that was huge. That was huge for me and my brother and everything. Right? Little town where yes. The finest workers in stone are not copper or steel tools, but the gentle touches of air and water working at their leisure with a liberal allowance of time. Love that. I did have a wonderful mama. She worked hard. She wanted more. And, she was an awesome mom. So, again, even though she didn't make a lot of money, she allowed herself to be able to afford. She believed that she could afford to do these things for my brother and myself. The same will apply here as well. What are you allowing or not allowing to happen in your life because you think you can't afford it? And what are you allowing to hold you back from achieving what it is that you want? I could think of a few of you that have done things to be able to afford to do things. You shared it with me, and they're amazing stories. But if we would allow ourselves to put in the same amount of time and focus that we put into freaking out about not having money, could you imagine what we could do? If we spent more time focusing on what it is that we could do to achieve, to allow ourselves to get what we need financially, instead of freaking out about it. What could we do? We could do amazing things. We could do many things. Instead of cutting back my expenses, finding the deals, haggling, researching, returning, refunding, redeeming, rerouting, rebating. I mean, I'm worn out by just saying all that. But instead of dealing with all of that, thinking that that's what we needed to do, what if we took all those activities that I just mentioned and put it into actually making money? What would we be able to accomplish instead? Money is looked at and thought of just like when people use the word sex. It is a loaded topic, and it feels icky and dirty sometimes, and a taboo that we should not be talking about this. And why do we do that? What makes it that icky? Making money is not about where you're never again making wise, informed purchases or getting all giddy when you find a good sale or filling up on something. It's not about that. You can still do that. You can still make wise and informed purchases. You can get all giddy when you find a good sale and everything. This whole book, and the point about making money, is being able to give yourself, allowing yourself to have options and permission to be, do, and have whatever gets you all excited, instead of acting like a victim to your current circumstances. That's what this whole book is going to be about. It's creating a wealth that affords you the life you'd love to live, instead of just settling for whatever life throws at you, or instead of settling for what you think you can get, and that is all you can get. My mom didn't know that she, that, or my mom wasn't just going to settle that she couldn't take us to the circus, or settle that she couldn't put me at dance. No, she found a way to create a wealth that afforded her for us to have the life that we love. People are being miserable in jobs they hate or relationships they are in, and they're not realizing that their spirit and their time on this earth is quickly running out. I tell you, all you need is 3 whammies back to show you how short life is. Time wasted rationalizing the mediocre could be time spent creating the magnificent. The time that you have wasted rationalizing that mediocre is okay is time that you could have spent creating something magnificent for your life. Money is not icky and dirty. It's a way of life, but still something you discuss in public, like sex. Watching my mom make things happen when it was just the 3 of us, the determination that she had is what has been instilled in me to want more for myself, to want more for my family. She met my stepdad when I was 10 and we moved to Little Rock. And at that time, Little Rock had a population of 200,000 plus. That's a huge shift to go from 3,000 people to 200,000. And if you're from DeWitt, you don't like driving in traffic. You sure can't handle the freeway, so to speak. But my mom, she wanted more for herself, and she wanted more for me. Like, my brother could have been, he was 18 when we moved to Little Rock and went into the Navy immediately right after high school. So he didn't live here when I moved here. And so, it's like she took such a huge risk of moving to a town she didn't know, moving to a bigger town that she's never been in, meeting a guy through the newspaper. I've shared that story with y'all before and everything. And taking a chance on moving me up here, new school, new friends and everything. But she wanted more. She wanted a better life for her and for me. Hey, Susan. Welcome, welcome. No matter how much she could have complained or freaked out or tried to convince herself that her present rickety life was as good as it could be, as good as it could get, as she should or would get, deep down inside of her, she knew she was meant for and wanted bigger things. She wanted more. And just like when I was going through a lousy first marriage and then a divorce and then a single mom, there was that same feeling in me. I knew I was meant for and wanted bigger things, not just for my kids, but for me. I knew that I wanted a better house. I knew I wanted a better car. I definitely wanted a better husband, a better father to my girls and everything. And I didn't want to have to constantly worry if we were going to have the lights shut off, the water shut off. Would we be able to afford our medicine? Would we be able to go buy food, or would I have to depend on my sister-in-law and brother and my parents to bring us food to the house? It's real. It happened. I've never had to worry about that since I met Robert, ever. There's always food in our house. There's always electricity. There's always water. There's always gas in my tank for my car. There's always food. And I don't have to have that worry. Yes, I know it all can be taken away from me and I can have those worries right back. I do understand that, but I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Like I said, we didn't have a lot of money when I got disabled. We lived on $600 a month and we raised 3 kids, and they played sports, but we compromised by not eating out, playing board games and cards that didn't cost money, right? And the kids thought they had a great childhood. Yes. Yes. I don't like Spam now, but I tell you what, I loved it when I was a kid. I didn't know that Spam back then, I mean, it's totally changed since then, but, back then, that's what you could afford. Pot meat was what you could afford. Things like that. My mom loved Red Devil's pot meat, I think is what it was called, something like that. Bologna. If we had fried chicken, that was a treat. Things like that. We sure didn't have steak, I know that. But you appreciate it so much more. So again, just like my mama, I knew I was meant for something bigger, something better. I knew I deserved more. Deviled ham. Was that what it was? Yeah. You have to allow yourself. There's that word again. Allow. You have to allow yourself to make the hell-bent for glory decision to get over your fear and or loathing of money and figure out how to make some. If you have a fear of making money or loathing the word just money, you got to figure out how to make some. You got to get over it. If you're waiting for that thunderclap moment of aha or a big snap out of it moment, it's not going to happen. It's not. It's when you get tired of hearing your own self constantly complaining. That is when you'll wake up and have the desire to make the massive changes that need to be made kick in. That's when it will happen. When you get tired of hearing yourself. I mean, granted, there are still some days I tell Robert I can't stand myself. I'm going to go lay down. But that aha moment or the big snap, hey, that's it. No, it's not going to happen. It's only when you get down and desperate, you get tired of hearing yourself complaining, you get tired of eating, all I can think of is lunch meat over and over. You get tired of eating macaroni noodles and tomato sauce. That was my ex-husband's favorite. You get tired, and I'm not pointing fingers, believe me, but this is stuff that I relate to that wasn't the good old days. You get tired of certain things over and over and over. You get tired of your electricity being shut off. You get tired of not having water. You get tired of not having gas for your car. You get tired of, are you going to be able to get medicine for your kids? You get tired of it and you decide, I'm done. I'm done. I'm making massive changes to improve my life to be better. I will find a way to make the money that I need to make to support my kids, support myself, to get the things in life that I downright deserve. I know fried bologna is so good. It is so good. I panic when we get down to 3 rolls of toilet paper because there were times we had to take it from the public. Right? Yes. Yes. I think I jumped too far ahead of my notes here. Oh, there we go. I don't know about you guys, but I think we can all think of people who love to tell us what we should and shouldn't want, regardless how we feel. And then if we allow ourselves to listen to them over and over, we will then start telling ourselves what we should or shouldn't want, regardless of how we feel. Anybody like that? Anybody know somebody like that? Or you shouldn't want that, You should be happy where you're at. You should be happy with that whatever. You shouldn't be wanting more. Yeah, but your situation's different, Selena. Right? Yes. It is. It's such a huge reduction. Yes. It's all in the past. Now is the good old days. Amen. Cool. Yes. See, y'all help me, inspire me as much as I do y'all. But there are people that we have that tell us that we should or shouldn't want things, and then before we know it, we start doing that to ourselves. The problem is we can become stuck in those situations that brings us pain because we rather defend these non-truths than upset or disappoint anybody. We just keep it to ourselves. And that even includes our own critical thinking of ourselves. We're our own worst critics, right? Instead of allowing ourselves to be, do, and have what feels good and right and freaking awesome, if I might add, we rather do what's expected of us. Why? Those of you that's known what I've gone through with my stepdad and breaking away from that toxic relationship and that narcissism and everything I've gone through with him, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to do what's expected of me just because I'm the good daughter or because that's what's expected of women in the workforce and all that kind of thing. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to do what makes me feel good, what is right for me, and that shows how freaking awesome that I am. I don't want to conform anymore. Some of us we think that it's worth more to keep doing the things the way we have been doing them than it is to work on our negative beliefs about money and to change what we need to be doing. Some of y'all might be able to relate to this next point. I know I could. Right? We all have toxic people in our lives. Yes. Right? But why is it when we start talking about making more money or wanting to make more money so we can afford to do certain things that the conversation, it shifts. And it shifts to, but what's more important is spending time with those you love, watching the sunset or the sunrise, laughing with others or watching our kids laugh, helping old people cross the street or carry their groceries for them, and other things that money can't buy. Why does it shift to that? When we start saying that we want more for ourselves or we want to make more money. Don't get me wrong, those things are very, very true. They are more important than money. So I'll ask you another question. When did it have to become an either-or situation? If I make more money, if I have more money, Are you trying to tell me that I can't still spend time with those that I love, that watching the sunset or sunrises won't still happen, that laughing with others or watching my kids or grandkids laugh, that won't happen, or helping old people cross the street or carry their groceries and other things, that I can't still do that even if I have more money? What? When did all that get so dang twisted? When did it become an either or situation? The author of the book states that everybody arrives on this planet with unique desires, gifts, and talents. And as you journey through life, your job is to discover what yours are, to nurture them and to bloom them into something, or into the most authentic, gleeful, and badassiest version of yourself. And in order to do this, you must be rich. And she says rich means being able to afford all the things and experiences required to fully experience your most authentic life. She didn't say it took money to do it. She didn't say that there. So don't get that twisted either. Being able to afford the things and experiences required to fully experience your most authentic life. The amount of money that you need, that I need, or somebody else needs, that's on who you are and what you desire. No one rides for free. Some people think that, but nobody rides for free. There is a cost for everything that you decide to do. Everything involved in your growth, your pursuit of happiness, and self-expression, it all costs money. The different type of jobs that we all have, it takes some sort of money to make it happen. So, for example, the author says that if you're an artist, your riches might go toward things like paint, canvases, brushes, a studio, trip to places that inspire you and fill you up with ideas, dinner out with friends, fellow artists to keep your spirits and energy high, hiring a PR firm, someone to walk your dog so you can work, a personal trainer, and a DJ at your art opening, and own and own and own. If I'm going to go work, I got to put gas in my car to get to work. Hey, I might be hungry. I might need to get some food too. Well, that's going to cost money to go get food. I got to have groceries. Or if I choose to eat out, that takes money. Hey, I got to have somewhat decent clothes to wear. I got to at least wear clothes to work, so that takes money. It all takes money. It's how much, as she stated, the amount of money that you need depends on who you are and what you desire. So everybody's going to be different. Right? Cool? Very good point. Yes, never an either or. You can still love on your family and friends. That is up to you. However, sometimes your family and friends are jealous when you start to make more money, but that is on them, right? Yes. So, how many of us have gone to someone's home? I know I've done this. Has gone to someone's home that was bigger than ours, might have been nicer than ours, had all the cool bells and whistles. Maybe it was a new car, but whatever it was, we left there thinking, I want that. I want a house like that. I want a car like that. Until we visit another friend that is wearing the same clothes they wore 20 years ago, driving the same falling apart car, and watching TV with antennas because they feel these things are good enough. Why create more waste due to upgrading and throwing the old things out? And after leaving that friend's place, we feel dirty or icky or whatever for wanting cable TV or a newer car or a nicer home. We feel bad that we wanted that beforehand. There will always be conflicting opinions and information when making life decisions, especially in the controversial areas like money. Always. Hey, Mary, welcome in. Good to see you. Yes, what is important? Yes. Stated from personal experience. I knew that. Cool. But based on our upbringing, the society that we live in, and the people we surround ourselves with, our minds can be overloaded with conflicting beliefs, ranging from the belief that it's imperative to amass wealth to keep up with the others, to keep up with the Joneses, to the conviction that living modestly is a mark of virtue. All that matters is what's true for you. This is why you want to get really good at listening to your intuition and to your heart. Finding your own happiness is critical. If your friend's a true friend, why would you get jealous of your friends having a happy life, being happy for them to prosper, find more people that love them? I don't understand that, right? Yeah. But there are people out there like that. All that matters is what is true for you. What is important to you, as Mary said. This is why you want to, like I said, you want to find your own happiness. You want to listen to your own intuition, your own heart. Listen, making all the money that you need to flourish and live out your desires does not make you or turn you into a greedy, selfish person. A healthy desire for wealth is not greed. It's a desire for life. People get it so twisted. I used to feel bad for always wanting to make more, to do more, have more, because I watched how my brother was just happy where he was at. But that was okay for him, you know? It's different for everybody. And again, just because I want it more, just because I want to flourish more and I want to live out some desires that I have, I realize it doesn't make me a greedy person. It doesn't make me a selfish person either. Right? Exactly, Stephanie. Some people are in misery loves company type. They want everyone to dwell in their misery, right? Selena said, I want people to have so much love and doing great in life that they don't know what to do with all their happiness. That's exactly what Selena's always saying. What you see here in chat is what you get in real life. Right? Yes. I understand that. I thought about it. Your desires were placed in you when you became your earthly self and all of the other things that go with you. They are unique to you. Did you know that desire literally means D, and then there's a space, Zar, Zar, of the Father is what that means. God, whether you believe in Him or not, put these desires that we have in our hearts and minds. They're of the Father. How cool is that? These desires define the essence of who you are, and they act as your roadmap in life. If you think about nature, nature is forever moving. It's growing, it's changing, reproducing, evolving. It just does more and more. And just like nature, you are not meant to just survive. You're not meant to just stay stagnant wherever you are. You're not meant to just settle. You are meant to keep growing and thrive here on earth. We talked about the trees before in one of our mini topics way back when. We talked about that and about the roots and how they grow, the trees themselves, they grow to their tallest self that they can. And just like chickens, they were an egg, and then they were a baby chick, and then they went to being an adult. You too are destined to achieve your utmost potential. You're meant to be the tallest tree. You are meant to be the adult chicken. You're meant to be you. And you're meant to achieve your utmost potential, to inspire greatness in others, and to leverage any necessary resources during your journey. We all have seeds of unthinkable badassery inside of us, yet only some of us will allow ourselves to grow. We sit there and go, oh, no, cut off, no more growing. But there's so much more that's left. Humans possess an inherent curiosity and an unyielding desire for continual physical, mental, and spiritual evolution. This is why remaining stagnant in mediocrity or worse is and can be absolutely unbearable. Right, Mary? Yes, I can't be happy if wealth comes from crushing others under my feet on that ladder to success. Though I want to grab them by the collar and pull them up with me. Yes. Yes. All of Mother Nature's creatures are designed to fully flourish before they drop dead. Get a load of that. They're all meant to fully flourish before they drop dead. Don't shrink back and deny yourself the things that bring you great joy. Living under a cloud of guilt and refusing to make an impact isn't why you're here. Yeah, I know, I read it. But it's not why you're here, to live under this guilt and refusing to make an impact. Living your fullest life and making all the money required to do so does not take anything away from anyone else. Just like refusing a ham sandwich because someone somewhere is starving does not directly help them. Greed comes from the same lack mindset as poverty. Lack is the state of being in need and having a pessimistic outlook on life. You're not seeing the glass as half full, you're seeing a glass with a dang hole in the bottom. A lack mindset believes that there isn't enough for everyone, that you're not capable or deserving of success, and that the money you invest in yourself may not return to you. Indulging in excessive spending on material possessions and experiences is driven by fear and a sense of lacking as well. The fear of not having enough, the fear of insecurity, and the fear of being unlovable is an attempt to fill an endless void in the heart. You not allowing yourself to pursue your heart's desire is not noble. It's wasting good desires and depriving the world of the opportunity to experience more of you. You cannot give what you do not have. So if you want to help others, you have to take care of yourself first. How cool is that that line pops up when Selena says what she says? I know right now I'm broken, but I will rise back up out of this darkness I'm in and get back on the horse of life and get it done, right? Amen, Steph, right? Yes. We talked about the airplane before and about the oxygen mask. This is why every time we go on a plane, they remind us to put our oxygen mask on first before helping someone else with theirs. because it's in our nature to help someone else first. But we are no good to other people if we don't help ourselves first. Glass is half full or glass with a hole in the bottom, right? Yes. Remember that having a strong financial foundation can provide you with the peace of mind and stability necessary to confidently pursue your passions and contribute positively to the world around you. There is no such thing as too much awesome. None. There's no such thing as too much awesome. How many of you in chat, how many of you can say that you love money? Just easily say, I love money. I love money. For me, I love money. It's no secret. I love making as much as I love spending it. I said it earlier before we got started. There's no need for explanation or apologies when you say it either. I love sloths, and I can say that without having to put a disclaimer on it. I love sloths. If you look in here, if you go in the bedroom, if you look over there in the foyer area, if you go in my living room, there's sloths everywhere. And I don't have to put a disclaimer on it to you guys or anybody else. But we do that with money. So it'd be like me going, I love sloths, but you know, it's not everything. Spending time with people you love and being of service, they're important too. Well, duh. So why can't I just love money without putting a disclaimer on it and still knowing that I want to be, or knowing that I can still spend time with people that I love and being of service to other people too. And because I have money, I might be able to help those people too. Why do we have to put a disclaimer? Why do we got to apologize for it? Yeah, you do, Selena. I love money because money equals food, roof, AC, heat, right? We got to quit looking at it that it's the root of all evil. It's the person. It's not the money. It's just like blaming guns. It's the person that used the gun. Same thing with money. It's the person that used the money that caused the evil. It wasn't the money itself. The money can't do things. It can't think or anything like that. Yes. Can do as a tool in my life. Yes, Mary. The pure love of it. Yes. A lot of people can say, I've been broke and sad. I've been rich and sad. Broke and happy. Rich and happy. But I tell you what, I'll take the rich version over the broke version all day, every day. Money gives you freedom and options. It's not a bad thing. It can give you freedom and options. Who doesn't love freedom and options, right? I know I sound like a broken record, but me being able to put gas in my car, that's a freedom for me now. That wasn't a freedom I had in my first marriage. That wasn't an option that I had in my first marriage. Without begging someone for some money that I could borrow. I don't have to do that now. So we're not talking extravagant money. We're not talking about let me be so downright dirty rich that, I take advantage of everybody. That's not what I'm talking about. It's even the smaller things, like being able to put gas in your car. Money allows me to provide for my family, to help my friends, and save for our retirement. As long as we're on the earth, we need money, right? Yes. See? Yes. That's right. Pew-pews don't hurt people. It's people who hurt people. Yes. Same thing with money. is people that hurt people with their money. Believe it or not, the rich, the people that we think are rich, no matter who it may be, they're just people. They're just people. It's important to recognize that our society often criticizes people with wealth as a form of entertainment. So therefore, it's crucial to be mindful for any negative beliefs that we may hold about the affluent, even if these beliefs are buried deep in our subconscious part. There are some rich people who really suck. I get it. There are some rich people that really suck. But some of them are some pretty awesome people too. And just like that, there are some poor people who really suck. And some of those are awesome people as well. Snobbery works in both directions. Whether you're rolling your eyes because someone just passed you in a stupid high-end vehicle, maybe it's a Bentley, I don't know, or they talk about how much money they made this year. It's also a normal conversation to complain about how broke you are, or to announce that you just got your boots for a mere $5 at the local Goodwill. Snobbery works both ways. So pay attention to what you're thinking and saying, especially when it comes to rich people, because if you plan on becoming one of them, it's going to be a whole lot easier if you actually approve of who you're becoming. Right? Exactly. Yes. Even in the Bible, money was not evil. It was what people did with their money to hurt others was the evil part, and still is today, right? Amen. Yes. This isn't about how we all desire to live in the biggest mansion or solve world's problems. That's not what this is about. It's about you allowing yourself to be the biggest badass you can be, and whatever that happens to look like for you. That's what it's about. When you thrive, you automatically help others thrive too. When you stop and think about what it's like to stand next to someone who's being totally who they are, who is lit up by life, who goes for it fully, who believes anything is possible, who is excited to be in on the adventure, who allows themselves to look stupid, to fail, to succeed, to be rich, to be generous, to be, do, and have all the things and experiences that make them the most of who they are. When you're around someone like that, it makes you want to go out and flip over a car. At least it does me. Give me more of that. I want what he's having. I want to be who I am. Theme for this year, besides being resilient, my theme sentence for the year was accept me who I am. I want to be totally who I am. I want to be lit up about life. I want to go for it fully. I want to believe that anything is possible because I know I'm possible. I want to be the one who is excited to be on an adventure, no matter what that might be. And I want to be able to allow myself, whether it's here in front of you on YouTube or out in person in real life, I want to be okay with looking stupid and failing and succeeding and being rich and being generous and to be, do, and have all the things and experience that makes who I am. It's not a competition. We're all equally vital, no matter what role we're in right now or will be. Embrace the understanding that your gifts, talents, and desires were given to you because you were meant to thrive and share your unique self with the world in a way that only you can. There's no one else like you, and there never will be. And don't try to be someone that you're not, because you can't. That's not who you are. Allow yourself to achieve the level of success you need in order to bestow your greatness upon everybody. I won't flip over your car, just saying. Oh no, don't like that, Selena. The author ends this chapter with a success story. And then in all the other chapters, it looks like she's going to end them with a to get rich suggested moment mantra thing. So first, let me tell you the success story. I thought it was pretty cool. Charles, who's 54, went from making $20,000 a year to over $145,000 a year in less than 7 months. I always thought I loved money, but I realized after a while I had a problem with it because I never made any. After some serious introspection, I realized that because I grew up poor in a broken home and my father never paid us a cent in child support, the message that I received and came to accept as true is that I'm not worth anything. So throughout my life, as opportunities came along, I would somehow allow that underlying belief to sabotage any success. I started saying mantras of encouragement to myself about my greatness and would express thanks to the universe, to everybody and everything around me for things I hadn't received yet. And it changed me. It elevated me to be a more positive person, and I went forward doing things I didn't believe were possible, but I did them anyway. I also began learning skills to improve myself, some at a great expense. I practiced interviewing for jobs by doing hundreds of interviews until I got good at it. One thing that helped is I looked at the others around me, even the ones hiring me, and found that I was a great deal more knowledgeable and better skilled than even they were. My confidence slowly began to develop. I continued interviewing and landed my present job where I make over $145,000 a year. Today, I'm living in the best home that I've ever lived in. My children are all in the best schools that they have ever been in. I drive the best car that I've ever owned and have luxuries that I had never imagined would be possible. My doubts about my self-worth still rise up every now and then, but I keep working on it and know I can beat it. It's an amazing feeling. 54 years old. It's not too late. You're a badass. Selena, do not let Selena lie to y'all. Do not let her lie to y'all. I've seen it firsthand. She's a badass. And so to get rich, this is how she'll end every chapter, and this is how we'll end ours every week. To get rich, suggested money mantra. You want to say it, write it, feel it, own it. Write it on your mirror with a dry erase marker if you have to. I love money because I love myself. I love money because I love myself. And then she has in here to give at least 10 answers to each of the following. So maybe one of these might strike something in you to do. 1, make a list of all the reasons why you deserve money. 2, make a list of some beautiful things that have happened in this world thanks to money. 3, make a list of all the awesome things and experiences money will add to your life. And 4, make a list of how you being rich will benefit others. When you start dumbing it down, when you start breaking it down to where you can, understand it and see it in writing, the better this will go. I love it, Corinne. So, fill in the blank. I'm grateful to money because I can put gas in my car. So that's how she'll end each of these chapters, and I'll review them. I probably will review most of them at the end just so we cover it, but yeah. And there's only a success story here and there, so I'll read those because those are important. See? Exactly, cool. Yes. All right. Thank you guys for being here. Next Monday Motivation, we'll be discussing why you ain't rolling in the cheddar yet. Keyword yet. Tomorrow night, Selena will be on with me at 7:30 p.m. Central. And then Wednesday night, Unimagic, Stephanie, will be on with me at 7:30 p.m. Central. And then Thursday night, as always, Cool Ranch, Dorito, D-Rito, not Dorito, but D-Rito, will be on me at 7:30 p.m. Central. And then I will probably do a pop-up on Friday afternoon, probably about 2 p.m. for some jewelry. So, I might not do a live this weekend since I work at the flea market, but stay tuned, subscribe, have that bell rung for all notifications because I'll be working from home next week and there will be some pop-ups here and there possibly. So ring that bell. Don't forget the thumbs up as well on your way out. You're welcome, Victoria. Pay second half of my property taxes tomorrow. I have a roof over my head. Right, Lisa? Yes. Like, okay, I could be mad about that, but hey, I got a roof over my head. That's what matters, right? Yes. All right. I do. It's down in the description, cool. The description to this book, or the link to this book is down in the description. So just go down there. It's the very first link you're going to see. I still have the links to all the other books at the very, very bottom. So if you still want those, they're there too for you to be able to grab, easy grab and everything. All right, guys. Y'all have an awesome rest of your night. Hopefully, I'll see you at one of the other events this week. But if not, have an awesome week. And I'll see you somewhere around the YouTube. Now, get out there. Give yourself an allowance to live the life you want to live. Let's do this thing. Good night, guys.